And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Top Rope Commentary Podcast. This is going to be our year-end wrap-up where we go through and kind of wrap up a few topics here. Well, not a few topics, but a few categories here on who we felt like best male wrestler, best female tag team of the year, match of the year, feud of the year, promotion of the year, best gimmick, worst gimmick, rookie of the year, most improved, most underrated, most overrated, best moment of the year, worst moment of the year, and the topic we're starting off with today, commentator of the year.
Absolutely. 2022 has been a big year for wrestling. It's been a weird year for wrestling. I mean,
It's been
Vince McMahon gone from WWE.
Triple H in power now at WWE.
Yeah. AEW, admittedly, probably having the first bad year that they've had so far.
The fall and the grace and the rise. I mean, Brawl Out,
Yeah.
Cody's return.
Yeah. Listen, I'm just saying, I'm gonna call this on. I think 2023 I think it's gonna be a much better year for AEW.
I think 2023 is going to be. I think we're gonna get a Forbidden Door where we're gonna a Forbidden Door war, or we're gonna get an event where there is like official like AEW and WWE superstars on like the same show.
Well, we are having that technically with Wrestle Kingdom.
Wrestle Kingdom, but I mean like in the sense of
It's promoted as a cross brand show.
Mhm.
I can see that. But like you said, we were starting with commentator of the year. I'm going to allow you to give your prestigious answer for who.
he was. Even though he left halfway through the year, just the spark that he brought.
I know exactly.
Pat McAfee.
He was on my list.
Pat McAfee. Oh my God, Money McAfee, and I'm so glad he's doing so many things, and I hope he makes a surprise entrant in the Rumble. I wouldn't be surprised, and I wouldn't.
Oh, 100%. I could see it.
I'd love it, and I
Absolutely
mark.
see it.
I'd want him to have a spot in the Royal Rumble and then join them on commentary for the rest of the
That'd be
Rumble.
awesome.
I wanted to
He
be,
answers like number 5.
I wanted to be Cole, Booker, and Graves out there doing commentary, and then McAfee just joins them after he loses.
That'd be great. So my choice, McAfee was the front runner, but because he left like about halfway through the year, was it right after SummerSlam he left?
Yeah, before the start of football season, because
Yep.
he got picked up to do College Game Day and then
Yes.
some stuff on
So-
NFL.
Because he left, I went with a guy who's been here year round, who I think has been pretty equally as great. And I went with Excalibur. I think Excalibur is
Excalibur does consistent good work.
phenomenal.
And he's very knowledgeable too, which I feel like
Which
which
adds
helps
to
out
it
a lot.
so much. Yes,
Like
so I went
honestly,
Excalibur.
AEW commentary should. I mean, Tony Schiavone's a better interviewer, but it really should just be Excalibur and Schiavone.
Excalibur and Taz.
Taz is really good. Taz kind
So
of
Taz
bores
has
me from
replaced
time to time.
Taz has replaced JR. JR's only there for big matches now.
Taz kind of, and he did that back in like on SmackDown too. Taz gets him over. He just kind of like bores me, or he gets.
That's fair.
But also, it's a love hate thing with Taz, because sometimes Taz gets him over. It's just like because I feel like Booker gets that way too. Like, and I love Booker on commentary.
So I'm gonna throw this out as my dream commentary team: Excalibur, Mauro Ranallo.
Oh, like if we're talking like dreaming, like if I could piece like together like a 3-man like commentary team, like play by play, give me Moro. Like as far as like if I have to take a wrestler,
I'm a big Schiavone fan.
if I have to take a wrestler to be like a heel or like heel commentary, it's Joe.
Oh my god! Yes.
Taking
I don't know what she's cooking, but it smells really
Oh,
fucking good.
it's delicious,
That's-
bro.
Like,
Salivating halfway
gonna
through
be-
this.
we just started the pod,
This
and
pod might wrap up shortly.
yeah,
No, but it would be Joe, Morrow, and McAfee.
Mhm.
Because I feel like Joe just
that'd be a
also
good team.
Joe just being able to heal it up and being the healer. If not Joe, I'd say Graves does a pretty good job though too.
Sometimes
I think I think Graves holds it together a lot.
Graves, him and Byron bickering lately has been just turning me off of Raw.
I don't know. I think he's kind of fun because it's the longest going feud in WWE history.
That's fair. That's fair.
Graves and Byron.
All right. So next we move on to worst moment of the year. What you got?
I actually, It might come as a bit of a surprise. But Brock winning the Rumble. I don't think he should have won the Rumble.
I could not.
I think
Oh,
it's stalled. I think it
that's a good
stalled
one.
a lot, and I think it didn't. Giving that moment to somebody else would have paid off way better than just seeing Brock Roman.
Yeah. No, I agree. I fully agree. But to add to that, also would add unifying the titles because that's what led to it.
I mean, I also it
Brock
was
doesn't
also
win the Rumble, the titles aren't unified.
well. That's because he won the Rumble and then won a title like
Yeah,
right after while he
doesn't make
was.
any sense. Yeah, that was God. I fucking hated that. I chose Brawl Out.
And then I was there for that Rumble too, so I saw that live. That's
Yeah.
a different.
Yeah. Who
You said
won the
Brawl
women's
Out.
Rumble? Was it Bianca this year?
No, it was Ronda.
Oh, I'm sorry. You had two shit winners.
But I got to see Seth do his Shield entrance, and that
That's a fair
made up
point.
all for it in the beginning. Oh
That's a fair
my
point.
God!
Yeah.
Marked the whole out.
So, damn, Brock winning the Rumble that's a good choice. I chose Brawl Out because
Yeah,
it was just
Brawl Out. It stalled so many plans.
it really fucked up AEW. To be clear, it stalled the trios title plans. The
It stalled the
world
trios
title
title
plans were stalled either way because Punk is injured.
I mean, he was injured, but still at least having him there to where he could have.
Could have done something with him.
Yeah, could have been, or you could have actually had him just been on commentary while he was injured, and
Okay.
just I mean,
Yeah.
him at least being able to do something, or video messages, or even doing
Yeah.
like a Punk's Road to Recovery or something like that.
Anything would kind of help build to the eventual match with him and MJF.
Than just having to ditch it cold turkey and then delaying MJF coming back even more.
All right. Yeah, no, I agree. On top of that, it really soured a lot of people on the Elite. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a big Young Bucks fan personally. I am a big Kenny Omega fan most of the time, just from an in-ring perspective. But it soured a lot of people. I had a guy fucking yell at me at the grocery store the other day because I was wearing a Kenny Omega shirt. Like,
Not just random.
yeah, it was one of the employees at Schnucks. He knew me because I used to work there.
Mhm.
But yeah, he fucking yelled at me because I was wearing an Omega shirt. He was like, Punk was right. And I go, I don't think he was entirely. I think they're both a little right. Like,
I mean, yeah. I mean, there was no camera, so we'll never know what really happened.
yeah. So, next move on to.
Best moment of the year.
Yes, I'm going to let you give yours first because I have two possible choices. I want to make sure one of them's not yours.
Oh, one of them, it might depend. I said it was Cody's return
Okay.
Cody's return. Cody's return to me because I mean
That was one.
like it was goosebumps. Like the crowd was like really like hyped for it. The crowd was like
Absolutely.
really invested in it.
It was
Because I
incredible.
think in moments like that, like it's always good to. It was for it to be on WrestleMania too. For it to be such a big stage, he came back as like the Cody Rhodes that we've known over these past few years. Still same down straight.
Yep.
Same intro line,
Changed
Titantron.
no presentation
like nothing
from
was
AEW.
changed, and it was just a really good like. Even though I think even if they would have heard Smoke and Mirrors, they would have marked out because I would have marked out because I kind of love Smoke and
Dude,
Mirrors.
Smoke and Mirrors is a banger. Cody Rhodes, nothing but banger. His song and Legacy, banger.
It like
His song with Bob Holly, banger, because it was Bob Holly's entrance music, and it was awesome.
But I think just that moment in Circle, like him being just embraced by the crowd, like everybody just overall being excited for it, and for it to turn out to be a good match
Oh yeah, it was a great
in
match.
the end. So
Great
I think,
feud too.
So I think it was a good full circle feel good moment. It was the full circle. It was we're in the home stretch of the undesirable to undeniable.
Yes.
This is the home stretch of that because once he wins that WWE championship, that's the full circle of Cody Rhodes' career.
Yeah.
Like that like he can retire like
it has to be the
next day.
WWE. It can't be the Universal.
Yeah,
the WWE is that's the belt.
Once he wins that, that's literally his magnum opus. Like he can
Yeah.
close the book on Cody Rhodes if he chose to.
Yeah.
And
He'll be a politician like he's talked about.
and has the perfect circle of a wrestling like career.
Yeah. So my best moment I chose Bray Wyatt's return.
Bray Wyatt, that was too
It was
like
incredible.
getting able to see him like when the SmackDown came here like live, like the chill that it like.
He's so good. I wish they were doing a little bit more with him right now with this feud with LA Knight. It feels a little bit slow burn for me.
I feel like they're picking it up because as this is posted, we're recording this after this past Friday Night SmackDown, and they just showed Uncle Howdy like his first appearance on like TV
instead of being in the back. Is
and
it Bray?
No, Bray was in the ring.
It's Bo, maybe.
He has a suit on, so he looks like pretty portly. Like he looks like a pretty like portly like guy.
Yeah.
So you never know if it just might be a stuffing like padding or anything like that.
Oh, Bo could have put some. He could put some on.
No, it's very. He's like almost like the Penguin.
Okay.
But not as like spherical. Like he's just kind of like
good. That's interesting. Bray's return
from
like, the QR
like
codes.
Zeb Coulter. Almost like it's portly like
that
him.
Would be interesting.
Dutch Mantel.
That'd be a very interesting one. So starting from like it all stemmed from them just playing music between matches at house shows.
Yeah, like
commercial breaks.
The build to it was fantastic. Like it was the investment that we were all waiting for that showed us kind of like okay, like we'll invest in like like what is like you guys showing that continuously like they'll keep with it and will be invested. Because like you said, the YouTube channel that only had the 2 videos on it, like them going above and beyond with like all like if that's how they're gonna debut people, if that's how
them buying a YouTube channel that had a bunch of classic rock songs.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Everything but the fucking White Rabbit Jefferson Airplanes.
Doing that, like you said, like the QR codes and just having it set up to not be so obvious that we're being like led down with like we're not being believed to be like stupid as to who this is supposed to be. Like it feels like a fun investment that's like here are these little like we're getting breadcrumbs instead of it just being like here's an empty coloring page that like we're gonna fill in eventually.
It was awesome. I'm gonna throw one in there that we don't have written down, but you might have an answer for. Who's got the best entrance music this year? If you had to just throw one out
this year.
Yeah. Who's a wrestling this year that has the best entrance music? It's not going to be an award that I document. So I'm documenting all of our choices.
Yeah, I'm
putting into a spreadsheet. I say Judgment Day. That song's a banger, dude. The Other Side by Alter Bridge it's made my workout playlist. Like I love that song.
I'm really trying to like in listening to it more, I really like Orange Cassidy's.
Jane by Jefferson Starship is a banger. That's his theme.
It's Where's My Mind?
That's not his theme anymore.
Oh, that was his first theme.
Yeah, well that's a banger too. The Best Friends also have a great theme song, and I will stand by that. I love it.
Actually,
that's a really tough question.
I'm really trying to think because honestly, because I really want to go with either Seth or Cody.
Cody's is great dad rock.
Oh,
Down Straight is butt rock is what it's called. But I fucking love it. It's like Nickelback. It's butt rock, but I love the song so much.
It's good. It's quality. But then also I kind of like Seth's. I don't know why. It's just like the rhythmic.
It's good. Seth's got a pretty good one. Right. But we move in to who is the most overrated wrestler of the year. I went with Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF.
And that's gonna draw an ire of controversy.
Listen, we had this discussion on an episode of Universe that's coming out later this week. He is consistently burying the company. He will talk about how I may be the world champion. You're never going to see me wrestle. But yeah, Roman doesn't wrestle very much. One, he's there every week, but he doesn't shit on the company.
Oh, no,
he doesn't shit on his opponents.
If anything, he'll say he is the company.
Yeah, he'll do stuff like that, which is fine. If MJF did that, that'd be fine. Roman does not like bury his opponents. Hell, half the time he sells his ass off as to like whenever Kevin Owens was announced as the War Games, like Roman made it very clear Owens is a threat. He did it for McIntyre. He did it for who the fuck else has he faced this year, if anybody?
He sells it, or like Brock Lesnar's return. Like,
Yeah, he sells it. The Cena return. Roman is a great top guy for that reason. MJF is the opposite. He'll be like, "Oh, can't wait until my contract's up. I'm going to leave this garbage company and go wrestle for the better company." That bothers me because it makes the entire product look bad. Like he's great. He can be great on the mic. He also results to fucking just vulgarity to get a pop out of people. And that I don't like that either. But MJF, my opinion, most overrated wrestler this year. I almost put the Young Bucks as well.
I mean,
that was my second
mine.
choice.
I can understand the rationale for it, but then also I feel like in a double head that kind of also makes him like a really good heel.
I disagree because it doesn't make me want to boo him. It makes me just not want to watch.
I mean,
it makes me want to just turn the TV off because I just like a good heel. You want to see him get their ass kicked. MJF, I just don't want to watch him, which sucks because I used to think he was great. The past 2 years, I thought it was awesome.
See, I'd want to watch him get it. Like, even though like I'm
Plus
not.
He fucked up the Wardlow feud.
Oh yeah, that I didn't like.
Yeah,
but my most overrated is kind of like weird because he hasn't really done much. It's Darby Allin.
I can see that. Yeah,
I don't. His partnership with Sting, I do like. They don't go after the tag titles. Sting isn't helping him going back after the TV title. I mean, he was in the tournament, but there was no point in that tournament where I thought Darby Allin
for the TNT title the other day
on what?
Rampage. Yeah, but it was a great match. You wrestled Samoa Joe,
and I had no idea. I had no.
Because they announced it on Dynamite, and then it's on Rampage
but
next week.
That's the thing.
No, it's on Dynamite.
But that's the thing. I don't understand. What is Darby and like Sting's like? Is it like mentor, mentee? Like that's what I assume it is. But
it's Papa.
like, but they just have like these cinematic matches. They just have like these cool one-off just videos where it's just like, get in, kid. We're gonna go have another tag match.
Yeah,
cool. And then like they go and have an exhibition tag match with who, Lord knows who. But they haven't even been involved anymore with like the Gun Club anymore. Like even like that. The Acclaim is like. They just kind of like show up, have a random match, and then disappear.
I would support them wrestling for the tag titles. Not winning the tag titles, but wrestling for them. I think it'd be great.
The thing is,
fucking Jeff Jarrett's wrestling for the tag
that's
titles.
The thing. They show up so much, and it's just like people are only watching because it's Sting. Like I don't like
Darby could put on good matches, but he just doesn't do anything.
I mean, I feel like he make like don't get me wrong, like he'll make like really good like video package. Like he's a really good director. Like the way like he shoots like his stuff is really good, and like even through watching those, I've grown to like some of his promos like a little bit more, and it's just like, okay, cool. Like you're showing me now that like you can be like really like captivating, but then also I feel like you're just captivating with nothing to do. Like you're just a man waiting on a mission.
Yeah,
like you're just which
is partially a fault of Tony Khan. He needs to book the guy better.
Which is kind of like anytime like I see people just like, oh, Darby Allin, like it's just like he's doing nothing. But then also I don't really like his also stretching back. I don't really like his previous title reigns because I also feel like they were also again he was a man on a mission to get the title, got the title, and then there was no more mission, and he just kind of spun his wheels.
He defended it a lot. He did open challenges,
and he but like it was just like
he's tied for the most defenses of any AEW championship.
And I'm pretty sure Chris Jericho probably could have tied it for ROH, but like it's just kind of like the same thing. Like they were just nothing matches. Like,
so are you hating Orange Cassidy's All Atlantic title reign right now? Then
see, that's the thing. Like that's the thing about Orange Cassidy too. Like his story with Pac, cool. Like the thing with him and Shibata, like they had kind of like pre-planned. Cool. I'm ready for him to buckle down now and get into a feud because I don't like.
He's in a feud right now.
Yeah, with the Factory.
Yeah, well, also, I think they're bringing Aleister Black. No,
they've slowly been trying to work that.
They're bringing Black into it, or Miro might. They're saying Miro might be the one to take the belt off of him. So here's the thing: the thing I'm liking about Orange Cassidy's current reign. He's doing all these open challenges, but it's literally just people being like, "Hey, I want that title." He's just too he's too lazy to be like, "No." He's like, whatever.
Yeah,
sure.
And like
And they're
that's
bangers. It's
and that's
nothing but
cool.
bangers.
Like if it was like in between him having like a good 2 or 3 month feud with like somebody.
So did you hate Cena's U.S. Open Challenge?
I didn't hate the U.S. Open Challenge because that was just Cena thing. Like Cena made it like a point, like in his story that this is what I'm starting this so that way people can come and nobody that people that don't really get TV time or people that aren't really on TV like as much like this is your opportunity to come out here and face. And we got introduced to people like Sami Zayn,
Yeah,
and then
Kevin
it
Owens.
spun off to people like Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, where like and then it became a trend. And now anybody that wins the U.S. title open challenges are now a thing, like because of what Cena did.
Yeah, that's fair.
So like there was it had gumph behind
Yeah.
it.
No, I do agree. Darby Allin's overrated. I do agree with that. Who's your most underrated? Which is the next award.
The man that been putting on banger after banger after banger after
You're putting
banger.
Sheamus.
As Sheamus has, I say this religiously to a lot of Sheamus is so consistent, and he has continuously been one of the most
I don't know
consistent
if he's
people
underrated this year, though.
That's because it's only been at the tail end of the year people have seen that it's just like, oh wow, like his match with Gunther is really what skyrocketed him back into
I was
like
trying to think. Was Clash of the Castle pre Triple H, or was that
was post Triple H.
his first pay per view, or
That was
SummerSlam was his first pay per view?
Yeah,
right?
that was one because that was in September.
Yes, and SummerSlam was August.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, well, it really has been the
Yeah, it's really been the
half of the
last
year.
half of the year that people have been like really like opening their eyes to like, oh yeah, like anytime you can throw Sheamus in there with literally anybody in it, like it works. You
Yeah.
can throw him in there in any title picture and it works.
Yeah.
Like Sheamus just gives he gives you everything. Like and he's so consistent.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
he's
just don't think he never really gets his flowers until it's just like, oh wait, isn't he about to fight for the IC belt? Or like people only really like notice Sheamus once it's like a mid card title, and it's just kind of like, oh yeah, Sheamus like was there, but you don't like this man is there like every week, almost every, or he's wrestling like on almost every show.
Yeah. So I put Chad Gable because it's kind of a similar situation. People are kind of starting to be like, oh shit, he's actually really good.
Yeah, his
like,
TV time has like jumped up a lot.
Yeah, I think Triple H is building him to be the next Kurt Angle, as he should be, because he's that goddamn good.
I don't think he's building him to be the next Kurt Angle, but I think he's building him to be more of like a viable threat. Like people are starting
Absolutely
to be,
should be.
people are starting to like he's getting built to the point of where he can have a solo title run and be fine.
Wasn't he U.S. champion at one point?
I'm
gonna look it up while you.
Was it Shorty G era that he was?
I don't think it was. I think it
Because
was.
I don't remember him winning it after him and because Jason Jordan won the IC belt, so I don't remember him winning anything post. Like,
So apparently, no, he has never. He has only won tag team championships. That's crazy, because you would think Chad Gable with the U.S. title fucking writes itself. Like the guy's an Olympian. Like
you were thinking it just kind of be built in.
yeah. But no, I think he's definitely like they're building him finally. But I think he's definitely gone under a lot of people's radar. Dude had a banger at Mania with the Usos and RK Bro. Do we all forgetting that? The fucking no, it wasn't the Usos. I'm sorry, Street Profits, RK Bro. The Usos were in the SmackDown Tag Title match.
Yeah, wait.
You don't remember this? The Raw Tag Team Championship match at Mania.
Yeah, it was Profits,
RK Bro, American Alpha.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It's a great match. But we move on to the next award for the year-end award, and that is the most improved. I got Konosuke Takeshita here. The guy has came into his own. He's a fucking star. Like my lord.
Yeah, he's the one
that got John Moxley booed. That's MJF couldn't do that. CM Punk in Chicago couldn't do that.
I mean, sometimes you just have that spark. You just have that dog, and you just have
Got a dog.
that
It's my
dog.
favorite TikTok.
But mine is Liv Morgan. I feel like she's through her title reign and through being on TV like more consistently and the higher profile matches that she's been given and putting into.
Absolutely.
I feel like she's kind of taken a big step this year as far as like just overall her character and everything that she's kind of been about.
Absolutely.
And they're trying to take this new extreme kind of hardcore avenue with her.
I like
And I'm
it.
interested to see if how she kind of continues and picks it up and kind of keeps chucking along with it.
That's a good shout. Liv has killed it this year. She's been incredible. Every aspect of it, in my opinion. I actually quite enjoyed her SmackDown Women's Championship reign. I think it should have gone a little longer. Ronda's boring as champion to me.
Yeah, I think I think having a good manager about that. That's why I think
Her with
having
Baszler right now is like a little bit better because Baszler can be entertaining sometimes.
I think
my least favorite
the
NXT
thing
Women's
is
champion
too.
of all time.
I think
but
Ronda has the. That's the weird part. I think Ronda has the passion for it. She has the cadence
Absolutely.
for it.
She's great in the ring.
She just.
She needs to sell better, but she's great in the ring.
I think she just needs. I think she just. It's weird to say she needs more promo reps, but I think she just needs. She needs a good promo.
Too,
she needs a good promo coach.
She did the voice acting for Sonya in Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah,
fucking garbage.
She
terrible.
And I think that's like I think she needs to sit and do like promo battles with people like The Miz and all that. Like I think she needs to like.
Yeah.
If she can even get to a promo level of to where Liv is now, I think that would do her leagues better.
I agree.
Or give her
Heyman.
Yeah, like her. Like, can you imagine Heyman walking around with just like Heyman? She should have been around Heyman from the time he was hanging around with Brock.
Yeah.
Okay, because can you imagine Heyman just running around with Brock and Rousey, and then
that'd be awesome. That'd be really.
Use
good.
all the Calvin microphone.
It's just out here peeking the mic, probably. I don't know. I didn't look.
No, I don't think you did. I tried to.
Yeah, no,
but as we move on to our breakout star of the year.
Yes. Who should you choose for this?
I actually chose Daniel Garcia.
That's a good choice.
Because I feel
really
like
good choice. He was on the list for me.
Because I feel like he really, I mean, for being as young as he is, and like not going in the sense of like true rookie, like he's had some experience like with PWG and winning like the Battle of Los Angeles, but I feel like his being in that kind of small mini feud that he was in with the Blackpool Combat Club and even having his name inked out, and it's just kind of like, all right, cool, this is somebody we should probably pay attention for the future.
Yeah.
And him actually putting on great matches with
bangers.
No, he didn't
Yuta?
go. Yeah, Yuta,
Danielson.
He went against Danielson twice. The second one,
He's wrestled Yuta 3 times.
yeah, just with this final battle, yeah.
Yeah.
Under pure wrestling rules too.
Yeah.
Which are weird.
They are really weird.
You only get 3 rope
breaks.
You get 3 rope breaks.
Yeah. And then after that, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't. Which is just kind of crazy. It's just kind of like
fist punches to the face.
No open fist punches. I think you can't go over the top rope. Like you can't.
I don't remember. They're weird. Pure wrestling rules are weird. That's why it's leaving Universal. So you can't replicate it. Sorry, had a yawn. So for me, I put Julius Creed.
He was on my list where like I didn't know if I just wanted to say just Julius Creed. I was like, nah, I felt like
the Creed brothers say the Diamond Mine because all of them have been great.
Diamond Mine forever.
Ivy Nile, I've never seen her wrestle.
She has some good matches. She wrestles a lot on like
my dude.
She wrestles a lot on Level Up.
Yeah. Oh, she is good, like the newer. Like she's the less experienced, I feel like, of them.
Yeah, but, of the crew, and then there's also Tatum Paxley.
So number 1 and number 2 for me, because it's originally Rookie of the Year. Mm-hmm. We changed it to Breakout just because it's like, well, that's kind of hard.
Rookie is a hard one to pin down, especially in the world of wrestling.
Yes. It was between him and Damon Kemp.
Damon Kemp is a good shout.
And I went with Julius Creed just because I'm like, he catches him
actually
a little bit more.
Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa was a big, like, honorable mention.
Yeah, he was. I didn't even think of Solo. Wow.
Big honorable mention, Solo.
I'm, yeah, you chose Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia is a good choice, dude. That's a really good shout. Wheeler Yuta was high on my list. Daniel Garcia was high on my list for both of them for most improved. But yeah, I went Julius Creed for breakout. Ever since the story with Roddy, like
Going out, like
potentially disappearing, like potentially turning on
leaving,
them,
yeah.
or them potentially turning on him, started. Loved it. I do miss Roger Strong though. Where's my boy at?
I feel like a lot of these people, Royal Rumble, like a lot of these people are gonna start coming back.
Him in the Rumble. That'd be nice. Where are they? They're in Philly this year.
Yeah,
He'd get a good pop in Philly. It's a smart crowd. He's Roger Strong. He's ROH legend.
I mean, but he's been away for so long. By the time he comes back, he'd been away for like maybe.
I think he could. I think he would get a good pop, and then he'd get the crowd behind him because he's fucking awesome. So next, we move on to worst gimmick. I'm very curious what you said here.
Oh,
I know what I said.
This is my worst gimmick. Oh, I had another one for most underrated. It was an honorable mention.
Okay.
The company as a whole, TNA.
Yeah. Impact. First of all, it's not
Impact,
TNA anymore.
Impact Wrestling.
Impact Wrestling. Yeah, fucking get it right.
It's not Global Force or anything like that. It's Impact Wrestling. Honorable mention because good. Their women's division consistently high profile, and just have some of the most outlandish and creative stories. And Scott D'Amore is a genius.
Oh, absolutely. So there's enough for you too if you want some. But yeah, it's the Impact's phenomenal. But what is your worst gimmick of 2022?
Since it was thrown nearby a trash can, the 24/7 title. I think it was here, and then they were running with it for a while, and then it slowly started to sputter, slow down, and then Dana Brooke held it for a while, and then people forgot that Dana Brooke was holding it for a while.
I forgot Dana Brooke was even signed for a while.
Yeah, and then they brought it back randomly, and then just dumped it accidentally by the side of a trash can.
That was so funny. That was one of my favorite moments of 2020.
And it was accidentally dumped by the side of the trash can because it was meant to go in the trash can. Yeah. And I think that just all. I think. Good God, it's a try. I was like, I think I continuously say this, like, I think the 24/7 title could have been great.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of potential behind it to actually be really fun. And they started off like that, but I don't think it necessarily had to be something akin to like the hardcore title. I think they could have taken a lot more creative angles with it and actually made it a lot more fun.
I agree. So I went with Sammy Guevara and Ty Mello. Because, man, they derailed both of
the high school couple nobody liked.
Yeah. They derailed both of their careers by putting them together on screen. And Ty has gotten so much worse in the ring, which is crazy. She was last year, 2021, 100% most improved wrestler.
Oh yeah, her team with Anna Jay now.
Yeah, like when she was doing mostly singles matches with the occasional tag.
Oh yeah, when she was going against like Britt Baker and like
was
that this year?
It was 21. It was last year.
Oh, her match with Britt?
I believe so. I think almost the entirety of this year she's been with Sammy, because it was he won the TNT title, and then it started the feud with Men of the Year, which is where Ty came in.
Yeah,
because the first Dynamite, or not the first Dynamite of the year, like the second Dynamite of the year, we got the ladder match between Cody and Sammy, which was a great match. I found out Meltzer gave it 5 stars. Apparently, I wouldn't have given it 5 stars. Personally,
Meltzer gave what? Who 5 stars?
Sammy Cody ladder match. Yeah. The match of the year I gave, he did not give 5 stars to, which he's wrong, but that's besides the point. But yeah, I'm kind of just tired of him. Like, it feels like those two being together. I get, it's his wife, whatever. You don't have to be in the same fucking gimmick or group with your wife when you guys work in the same company.
Her first singles match at the beginning of the year was against Jade Cargill.
Was it at Revolution?
Yeah, if Revolution was the third, yeah.
Yeah.
June 3rd.
That's the one where Jade Cargill kissed her. Yeah, that was a whole thing. I remember that.
And then everything after that has been either a tag team or a mixed tag team.
Yeah. So, yep. This has been.
But she's had 2 singles matches against Madison Rain and Sky Blue.
Oh wow, it must have been a
Darker Elevation, but those are recent. Like the one against Madison Rain was October 28th, so I think that was like a Rampage.
Yeah.
And then the one against Sky Blue was on the 18th, and I think that one's like a Darker Elevation.
Yeah, so I'm not a fan of Sammy and Tay. I'm kind of just tired of them.
Well, now I guess let's go from the worst gimmick to the best gimmick. Let's talk
Yes.
about some happier times. Who did you have for best gimmick?
I put the anxious millennial cowboy, Hangman Page, because it's relatable, you know. It's easy. I feel like it's easier to connect to Hangman because he's vulnerable. This is a guy who doubts himself. This is a guy who, like, when he fails, he takes it to heart, right? Like his character does. And that is, I feel like, a much more easily connectable character than somebody who's like fucking perfect, right?
Yeah, it's funny that you should say that because my best gimmick was the Ocho, the Wizard, the demo guy.
Hold on, which version here?
Oh, everything that is Chris Jericho for the year of
I
2022.
hated the Wizard. I love the Ocho. The fucking fireball is what pissed me. It annoyed me. It was so dumb. It's like
Chris Jericho always finds a way to whether it is like 3 months of him doing this or 3 weeks or just
he's good at reinventing himself. He's very good at it.
and it always
Like
keeping
the
himself
Jericho
like fresh.
Appreciation Society, the fucking 9-month feud with the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yes, because for some reason Jericho being in the middle of that ring with those other 4 guys made me sit there and
Sports
him
entertainment.
talk about it like this and talk about how hard his nipples got.
Okay, calm down,
And-
Daddy Magic.
And, oh my god! And for those guys to stand around Jericho and look better just because Chris Jericho is there and he's helping get them over.
Yeah.
But then also Jericho in himself to be able to take losses, you know, still looking good in defeat, but then come back and win something like the ROH World Title, and then still kind of carry that and put on matches.
And then
with all these
he just
people.
lost to a jobber.
He lost to a giant swing. He tapped out.
No.
I mean,
Yeah,
I was,
that too.
no.
Yeah.
But then I was this guy's
That
first
was-
match on TV.
That was crazy. That one, well, because they set it up for like a squash
Mm-hmm.
against Action Andretti,
And
but,
then he didn't get any offense in basically. Like
yeah, he lost, and they did it really smart doing it right after a squash from House of Black against signed talent. So whenever you got the unsigned, no name guy
Yeah.
show up, but dude, that crowd was behind Action Andretti.
oh yeah, because he was like
Like-
a local wrestler from around there.
Like, yeah, that and Jericho just did such a good job getting him over. It was awesome. But we move on. Promotion of the year. Who's your promotion of the year? I think we probably have the same one here.
Actually, I have WWE.
I have WWE.
Yeah, because
Uh,
I think the way they've been able to pull it through since post Mania has actually really been an uptick.
I wouldn't go post Mania, but I'd go like from SummerSlam on. Has been a lot more enjoyable for me than AEW has been. That means I still love AEW. Obviously, I love all professional wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling is good. Watch more wrestling.
Yes. But yeah, I go WWE as well. I think that they've just kind of had a better overall year. They've had less of the drama.
Oh, I forgot. Did I show you this? I know. I thought I sent you guys the link. There's a YouTube channel that I found that all they do is just upload just classic matches.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, no, WWE I feel like just had kind of a better overall year. AEW's had a lot more of the backstage drama. They've had a lot more injuries. They've had a lot more just derailment, which is a shame. That's pretty sick. Yeah, go ahead and send that to the group chat because I will watch the hell out of that. Like ROH hasn't done anything this year as a company other than be bought. New Japan's always great. It's just it's hard for me to get into New Japan.
New J- they have an app, but the app can't like doesn't translate to English, so it's like hard to navigate it. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of like I want to get involved. I want to.
Yeah. But then you got Impact Wrestling, which it has been great. They just haven't been at that level just yet.
Also, one that's for overseas.
Okay, that's fucking hell. Yeah, send me all of them.
I sent you both. There in.
Yeah. So, yeah. Overall, WWE, I feel like it's just been. They've just
And
been
then
really
with
good.
Triple H taking the helm now, and a lot of the rehires, it just seemed like OW it's had that feel good like feel back.
Yeah, it's been. Yeah, it's just felt different, more cohesive. Don't get me wrong. He's dropped the ball on some things. He's not booking Gargano very well, or Candice, in my opinion.
I think he's booking Candace. Just I mean, she's on. She right now she's fighting her way back through Damage Control
Yeah, but she also just lost.
to Io Sky, right?
Yeah,
Of Damage Control, like yeah,
yeah. Well, that's my point. Like,
she's fighting back. I mean, but she wasn't gonna go on a 3-0 sweep. I don't think. Like yeah, I mean, especially after Damage Control just lost at War Games.
yeah, but she's not. She's not gonna beat. It's not like she's gonna beat Bailey.
Oh, I'm pretty sure she's gonna beat Bailey.
I feel like she's not. It's a shame. Io Shirai is consistently or Io Sky, I'm sorry, is consistently the kryptonite for Candice LeRae, and I do love that though.
And then for Gargano,
They're doing too much comedy stuff. A little bit's fine.
I can understand that like a little bit too much comedy stuff, but I think this is like I said, this is the wrap up. Like I feel like they're wrapping like this year up. Like that's why NXT was the only like pay-per-view that they had in December.
Yeah.
They're leaving everything blank so that way once you go into Rumble and we get this Mania season, it's going to be insane.
So I would have,
because Austin Theory has the U.S. title again.
He does.
And Dexter Lumis and Johnny Gargano have been showing up So
this might be a hot take. I would have Johnny start number 1 in the Rumble, go to Final Four, have him be the Iron Man of the Rumble, because like, dude's fucking good.
I say if you do that, you have Austin Theory eliminate him.
Gargano versus I think that they're doing a building up to a multi-man match, but it's probably going to be the Elimination Chamber.
I wouldn't a U.S. title elimination chamber.
And then give me Gargano versus Theory at Mania. That'd be great because you got a built-in story there, father versus son.
So now we're going feud of the year.
Feud of the year. What you got for feud of the year?
I actually said, and we actually referenced it earlier. I actually said it was Punk MJF. Like the promo battles back and forth. I don't think the match was too caked up to be, but as far as like feuds go on the year,
dog collar match was really good.
The dog collar match when he was just choking Punk like over like the rope, just
yes. So fun fact: my feud of the year, CM Punk versus MJF.
So that's the one we agree on.
Yeah, two in a row we've agreed on. That's pretty crazy. I guarantee the rest of them we do not agree on. I promise it.
Oh, more than likely.
But yeah, feud of the year, MJF for CM Punk. It was a great feud. I'm not a CM Punk guy, but he knows how to build a feud. He's one of the guys. We're having a discussion. I'm sorry to interrupt, but he's one of the guys. He's like the opposite of MJF. Nobody comes out of a feud with MJF looking better than when they went in. It feels like. I feel like every single one of Punk's opponents during his AEW run came out of the feud looking better than they went in.
Yeah, and I think that's because Punk emphasizes like storytelling like a lot.
Yes. And
I feel like that was a big kind of like ticket for him. And the promos going back and forth. And I feel like this was really like kind of like you said, this was really the promo, like this was really the feud that took MJF really to that next like level for me. You saw his character take dimensions. Like you saw it like when he was talking about how he was just a kid and being like a fan, and you heard the emotion like in his voice. It made the character of MJF feel different than just being just some sucker or just some like punk or just some like sleazy like weasel. Like he actually felt like he was like a full person.
Yeah. So next up, we have our match of the years. What's your match of the year? I have an idea of what it might be.
Actually, Like, I don't want you to, because mine.
Okay, I'll go first. And mine was a sleeper pick.
Oh, yours.
Mine's from the very first AEW Dynamite of 2022, and I loved it so much. Mine is Hangman Adam Page versus Bryan Danielson 2, because the first one happened last year, or that would have been at the 60-minute time limit draw.
Yeah.
Fucking love that match. That match I say is better than
That one's
Danielson
from Winter is
Omega.
Coming, right?
Yeah. I say that one is better than Omega Danielson.
I can agree on that.
I think for me, Hangman Danielson 2 was phenomenal. That's my match of the. It was a hard choice because it was either that or Gunther Walter, or Gunther Sheamus. I mean,
See, that was the one I thought you might.
That's what I thought you were picking.
Oh no,
no.
Brock Roman at SummerSlam.
What?
That match was so
wow
fun. Brock driving a tractor out, flipping the ring halfway through the match, and them like still like. It was a match that over the course of their feud, them having their matches, like it was just kind of like, all right, what else are you gonna do to surprise? What else can you guys even do to like make this match any more bearable or watchable?
And they teased the Austin Theory cash in. The
Like,
got involved.
It just overall like, and it was I did almost pick Roman Drew though, because I did like the atmosphere of like Crash. And then the entrance of like Solo, since like the Usos weren't there, so you were just on edge, like it's just like, yo, are they really going to let Drew win this? And then Solo debuting, but I'm sorry, Cowboy Brock, standing on top of the tractor, did his own intro, flipped to Mike the Roman catches the mic, which they didn't catch on camera.
Yeah, that was
but that was just such a 1 in a million moment that you didn't even know that was gonna happen.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. That's
but then
really
also him scooping up Roman and dumping him out in the ring, getting out,
basically flipping the ring,
but then him also putting Roman like in the actual like bucket part of it, and then dumping him out of like that like during the match too. Like you said, the Theories failed cash in. Like it was a match that exceeded all my expectations for it. Mm-hmm. And I feel like any expectations people like, it was a match going into the night that people had as like, this is gonna be a really kind of like nothing thing that turned into like match of the night.
Yeah, that's a very good point. It's a great match. It might be top 5 matches of the year for me.
And I think it also it was fun. Like it was a really fun match.
Which is it's a big point with wrestling. You have to be able to get into the match for it to be a good fucking match, you know. But speaking of matches, let's talk about some tag team matches. Let's talk about your tag team of the year. I know who it is.
Oh, everybody already knows who it is. If you didn't know who it is, because there could be no second option. There was no twos because there was only one. And the ones was the Usos, longest reigning tag team champion, putting on matches with every single tag team you could probably fathomably put together currently right now
in WWE specifically,
main roster, like RK Bro, Brawling Brutes, and then even going back to them dealing with the stuff in the bloodline, like. Yeah. When you talk about the bloodline, you're really talking about the Usos. If we're being honest, like the Usos are there each and every week.
Yeah,
representing the bloodline.
This feels like Sami Zayn erasure.
I mean, Sami Zayn just came into the picture. Like
he came in like April
and
May. I'm sorry, May.
And when has the bloodline been down since day one? So he's late to the party.
I'm sorry. We pretend that Sami Zayn has not been an Uso supporter since day one. Do I need to bring up that Sami Zayn dancing with the Usos?
It's cool. He can support them, but he ain't blood. What is it? He ain't blood.
Hold on. I just want to point out the fact that technically The Rock's not related to them by blood either. It's a blood oath.
It's a family thing.
Yeah, it's not real family. They're not blood family.
It's a family. I mean, hey, you tell them Simone's that. You tell them Simone's that. I'm not.
But the Usos, I totally knew you were gonna pick the Usos. They're a great team
because you put them in any promotion, they are a top 3 team, if not your champions.
Listen, they're great guys. They're a great tag team. I'd even say one of the best, but they're not top guys.
I knew you were gonna pick them.
They're not top guys doing top guy things. FTR is the tag team of the year. IWGP tag team championships. ROH tag team championships. AAA tag team championships. Hell, they should have been the AEW tag team champions. Let's be honest. Tony Khan fucked that bag big time. That could have main evented all out. That could have main evented all out. The Young Bucks versus the FTR for the AEW for all the belts. 100. That would have been a great main event.
I mean, that's what a lot of people wanted. That's what everybody wanted.
But they're out here. You talk about banger after banger. Name a bad FTR match. You can't. You know why you can't?
They won those because the Usos can't. I'm just joking.
Yo, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. You wanted if FTR was in a WWE right now, the Usos wouldn't be the tag team champions.
They'd be
Triple H loves FTR.
Triple H loves FTR, but he can't deny the Usos.
He would for FTR. They're the first 2-time NXT tag team champions.
You want to know why?
They're the first Triple Crown tag team champions as well.
Because the Usos didn't win the NXT.
The Usos were in NXT. They could have won the NXT tag team titles.
The Usos were in FCW.
The Usos also went to NXT in the early days. Like they had a match against, I think, the Ascension. Yeah, that's the Sami Zayn dancing with the Usos.
Yeah, that was when the Usos came back.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. They came back. They had a short stint there around the time that
it wasn't like a short stint. Like
it was a Tyson Kidd stint. It was a Tyson Kidd stint. Yeah, it was around the same time that Tyson Kidd did.
Because they had Tamina too. Because that was when they brought up Tamina with them.
Dude, I'm telling you, they had a short stint, a very short stint there, but they were like they could have had a match on Takeover for the tag team titles. They didn't because they're overrated.
Oh wow!
But
that's blasphemy there.
I'm just saying they're not even the 4th best tag team of all time.
Oh wow! This is our number 1.
No, here's the thing: number 1, FTR; number 2, DIY; number 3, New Day; number 4, Usos. But who's your top female this year? Who's your top women's wrestler this year?
Top female of the year.
I have a pretty good idea. Is it Bianca?
Yes, because she's the BEST.
She was
2020.
Oh, I feel like what'd she do the first half of the year though, from like Mania to SummerSlam?
That was her chase back to Becky.
That's what I thought. I was like,
so
she was very good.
She didn't win the run, but she was about to.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, so she was very good. She had a great year, right? Here's the thing.
I feel like I know.
Here's the thing. You don't. Who do you think?
I feel like you're gonna say Toni Storm or Jamie Hayter.
I'm not. Jamie Hayter didn't have she had a good year like the second half of the year. No, you see, here's the thing. You go the EST. I'm going the man, Becky Lynch.
She was injured
for not that long. She was injured from SummerSlam till War Games.
Yeah,
yeah.
That
was only a couple months.
It was okay.
Yeah, she had a great year. She had a really good. I almost went Liv Morgan.
Ooh,
I almost went Liv Morgan because Liv had a good year too.
Liv had a good year. I wouldn't say best year. I wouldn't say she had a good year.
Yeah, no, she was one of the I say like top 4 years, for the women in WWE or AEW. No, I went Becky.
No, but
I think Becky Lynch had a ridiculously
Becky's a
good
solid
year.
shout.
Yeah, Bianca was my very close.
Bianca's WrestleMania entrance too, like
Becky had great WrestleMania stuff too, though. Like
Bianca's entrance with the band, though, and then also you can't Bianca makes all her stuff like handmade, like a maniac.
Yeah, yeah, but no, that's my number 2 was definitely Bianca. It was very close, but Becky pulled it just a little bit more for me.
And I feel like she after the 4 horsewomen, like Bianca, Rhea
Ripley almost got number. Rhea Ripley was like probably number 3. AEW doesn't have a top woman for me.
Bianca, Rhea, you could still say Alexa.
Alexa's great.
Alexa and
Notice how neither one of us said Ronda Rousey. It's because she's overrated.
then I would say like Nikki Cross, like no, Alexa Bliss, Asuka. Those
Yeah.
are like past like the four horsewomen. Those are like the next. Those are like the four after that have like
Yeah.
really kind of like pushed the envelope and carried things on like forward. Like it was Asuka.
Listen, you got to have a
I
good
think it was
supporting
Bliss.
staff if you're going to have a good main event, you know?
And I think it's really gonna be Belair and Rhea that really kind of.
Oh, absolutely.
And all four of them are going back through like character changes now to like.
Dude, that Alexa Bliss, Sister Abigail.
Oh yeah, what she
and the flash on the screen right before.
You want to know what I also, since it's a good thing that we're on the pod so I can talk about it. I think what I think they're doing now, especially now that Uncle Howdy has shown up, I think this is how they start to build the faction, because now I think
so.
it's them like taking people. So I think if anything, I think LA Knight will wind up being like Mercy.
Dude, that'd be awesome. I'd pop for that. I love LA Knight. He's so good.
I think he would. I think they would turn him essentially into like Mercy the Buzzer.
But do we get? That's a tough one though, because do we still get LA Knight promos?
I mean, we get LA Knight in kind of like the.
Is he gonna still be calling people incels?
He's gonna no. What it really should be is people are just living puppets. So like they're just talking to Bray and like they're just perpetual, just like yes and hype men to like Bray, just like oh yeah we should do this, and like they're talking about it, but like
I don't think you do that with LA Knight. I think there's a lot of people you can do that with. LA Knight, I feel like would kind of bum me out because that dude's a world championship talent.
I mean he is, but it's also the thing of like once Bray gets this faction, it's not gonna last for more than like 4 months maybe.
I think it'll last. I think they can pull it a year, long term story.
If they do it like a long term story, then you're going they're they're gonna feud with a lot of stables then, which could be good. Like you could get a lot of Legado.
We're getting a lot of
New
factions
Day.
in WWE right now, but I feel we got to finish these year-end
Yeah,
awards.
we are at our last one.
Who's your man of the year? Who's your top male wrestler this year? I have a good feeling. I knew it. It's Sami Zayn. I get it. You know, he was on my list. You know, he is the one.
Sammy wishes he could be the tribal chief. He goes to sleep at night.
Sami Zayn. I still maintain Sami Zayn is going to be the one to unseat Roman Reigns. If the Rock cannot make it to Mania, I think Sami unseats Roman.
I'm telling you, I'm thinking it's Cody.
It could be both.
I'm thinking it's Cody, and it's
Sami Knight 1 for one title, Roman or Cody Knight 2 for the other.
Yeah, if they can't get Rock, then I can see that.
Yeah.
If they can't get Rock.
Yeah.
But if they get Rock, it's KO Sami for the tag titles.
Throwing this out here. What if Night 1, Cody wins the WWE Championship. Night 2, Roman beats The Rock. Maintains the Universal Championship.
Oh,
SummerSlam. No, fuck that. Give it another year. Give it another year.
No, I say
Sami wins the Rumble. Roman's a very good shout. He's had a great year.
I say if you do that, if you give it another year until Sami gets the title, then you finally give KO his comeuppance and let KO win at SummerSlam. Because if there's anybody outside of Cody, Sami, and Seth, it's Kevin Owens. No, outside of the top 5 people that should take that title off of Roman, in my opinion, like the top 5 people I'd be comfortable with.
Yeah.
In no particular order. Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre.
I'm waiting. You better not disrespect a certain person. Certain person Roman hasn't beaten clean.
Oh, it obviously Woods.
No, he has beaten Woods clean. No.
Is it?
It's Finn Balor.
Oh.
Balor, hey. Balor has the ability to neutralize the bloodline.
I mean, he does. He does have the Judgment Day now.
Yeah, and let's be honest, Rhea Ripley, she can whoop some ass.
I haven't heard.
No, but I think Sami would be great.
I had a 5th person though. I did have an honest 5th person.
No, I think
yeah, because I said KO, Sami, Cody, Seth. Drew, yeah, that's who.
So here's the thing. That's a great pick for your the top. It is really a good pick. Interesting that you picked Roman Reigns. I mean, the guy started in the Shield,
Oh no, I know you.
as did the man who carried AEW, John Moxley. Which, let's be honest, that man has had a fucking crazy year.
He has.
He has put his vacation on hold far too much.
Oh, which almost made my worst moment of the year.
Oh, him not getting to go on vacation?
Him winning that title for a third time.
Yeah. To be fair, it was a pretty good run.
I profess deeply it should have been Miro.
Miro or Danielson. If you're gonna put Danielson in the tournament, he should have won it.
Oh, we don't even want to get started on why they went added in the finals, and now we finally, after William Regal leaves, then it's just like, oh yeah, this might not be for us. But then they have
They're
also
still
just
boys.
Yeah, I mean they just took like they did which furthers my thing again. What? That's
So
a whole.
they did the Regal turn to write Regal out. That's
Well,
what
yeah, I
that
mean-
ultimately comes down to.
But I'm just saying them going at it in the finals of that tournament meant nothing.
No, I see. I disagree because it fits their characters, but I get what you're saying. But no, I go John Moxley as my top guy.
Which is a great show. John is a good second.
Every aspect of this year for him has been phenomenal.
He's shown that he can carry a franchise.
WWE fucking dropped the ball so badly with him in 2016. He held that title for what 2 months, and then AJ won it. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're gonna lose a title, AJ Styles is the guy to lose it to. But like, come on.
Yeah, I think when it comes down to a lot of superstars, and I think that's something that doesn't get talked about a lot. As we know, companies have their certain styles, and
Yeah.
As we know, companies are known for certain things. Like we know, WWE is known for being more sports entertainment heavy. They focus more on the moments. They focus more on kind of like they want the big atmosphere, the big feel.
Yes. Whereas AEW is more the wrestling.
Yeah, AEW is more creatively driven. Like it's more kind of like wrestler driven.
Yes.
It's built for people who brand themselves as hardcore fans. Like it's more that New Japan's more subtle. They're more in ring. They're more formal. Like they're not as like boisterous. Like they let really their in ring action speak for them.
Mm-hmm.
And like TNA is more kind of like that speakeasy fight club that you didn't know existed. And like
it's the underground.
Yeah, it essentially, and certain wrestlers like fit that really well, and others just don't. And like a place like
John Moxley didn't fit WWE.
I'm saying
That man, Dean Ambrose was like the most over wrestler in the world for like 5 years.
he was, but I mean, as wrestlers grow and change, like your philosophy,
this version of Moxley would be interesting in WWE. Honestly,
I mean, it would be like he'd be a savage, like he'd be just kind of like a wrecking machine.
He can't bleed every man.
Yeah, he wouldn't know. No.
He fucking bled. Dude, Sami Zayn ripped his earring out in the. It was either that or not. Sami Zayn. Sammy Guevara. It was either Sammy Guevara did that or because I didn't see the part, or Tay Conti had blood around her mouth. I don't know if she bit the fucking earring out or what, but he bled a lot. Renee Young like described it as like he almost lost his fucking ear.
Probably
because of how much it got like torn.
Yeah, geez.
And I'm like, come on, Sammy Guevara does not deserve you to bleed for him. I'm sorry, Sammy.
But you can see as people like move around, like they shine brighter in other places because it's just like here, like your wrestling philosophy fits.
Unless you're Cody Rhodes and you shine everywhere.
I mean, that's just people like him that can be chameleons that can just like go anywhere and they can just like, okay, I can blend in here. I can be like a Daniel Bryan, like he can go anywhere and like just feel like he can like blend in. He can just
but that's because that's Daniel Bryan.
But AJ it's just Styles. Like
AJ Styles is a perfect example of that.
But like I feel like AEW, weirdly enough, AEW is a better place for a guy like Cesaro. Like it's a place where he can
ROH is gonna be perfect.
He can be free and he can Not saying that like he couldn't have. He had gone as far in WWE as the product of WWE would let him go.
Yeah.
Like, could I see Cesaro as a WWE champion? I mean, potentially. I mean, I haven't seen anything that would outright tell me like, nah, I don't think he's like worthy. I just think it's the stories that you would tell there. Like, can he hold to that? And not using just single Cesaro, because I love Cesaro.
Oh, dude, his back whenever he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, easily could have seen him.
Like, weirdly enough, I feel like a place like TNA is a perfect place for a guy like Leo Rush. I want Leo Rush to go to
He's in
TNA.
New Japan.
Yeah, he's in New Japan. He was just in like the Super Junior Tag League, and I think he's supposed to be going back to MLW.
He's
soon.
in Battle of Los Angeles.
Oh, he's in that too.
Yeah, he's in Battle of Los Angeles, which is interesting. You know who I think should win that? I'm throwing.
Who's all in the field though?
Let me pull it up while you talk about what you were about to say.
Well, because I think like I mean, for as far as like the X division, like I feel like the X division, and then even Rich Swann was Impact champion, and like that just shows you like like being like a size guy like doesn't really matter. And I feel like Leo Rush has like the charisma. Leo Rush has the charisma to come back to WWE and be like an IC champion, like a US champion.
Oh, absolutely.
I really believe he could come back and hold a title in WWE, but I feel like a place like TNA, he could be a world champion.
All right, so here is the summary.
They have Jordan Grace.
Yeah, so it's Bandito, Black Taurus, El Hijo del Vikingo, Daniel Garcia, Titus Alexander, Michael Oku, Konosuke Takeshita, Jordan Grace, Jonathan Gresham, Aramis, Shun Skywalker, Alex Shelley, Masha Slamovich, SB Kento, Leo Rush, Latico, Commander, and then they haven't announced who this is.
Single match to determine Mike's.
Oh yeah, Speedball Mike Bailey's in there. So I don't know who is going to be wrestling in that TBA versus TBA, but that's gonna be great. That being said,
whoever it is going against Speedball Mike Bailey and somebody.
He might pull the win off. Daniel Garcia won last year. So I'm gonna throw this out there. We're at an hour 7 minutes of the pod.
Yeah,
I say we wrap it up for the day. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I hope you you'll let us know.
Yeah, leave us your year-end in reviews in the comments below. Superstars of the year.
Tell us how dumb we are.
Any honorable mentions that you had that we might have missed, or any other categories that you might have thought of that would be funny and or interesting.
Yes. But thank you guys.
And then prep for WrestleMania week.
Yeah, WrestleMania week's next week. So that's gonna be good. And then the next podcast will be the last one of the year.
Yeah.
We have some good topics. I'll throw out what the topics are real quick. How to fix AEW's problem they got going on right now. The most overrated wrestlers of all time. Then we're gonna talk the Mandy Rose situation.
Yeah.
So
and then kicking off the new year, we'll get started with our universe draft.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I just realized that is probably gonna.
Yeah, new year, new universe.
Yeah, it's gonna line up perfectly with the new year. That's crazy. But yeah, see you guys.
Catch you.